Alright, so if I were to ask you guys, what do you know about communism, what would you say? What? You're gonna start a communist country? Oh, I'm keeping my eye on you, boy. For real though, what do you guys know about communism? Because your boy, I don't really know that much. I'm willing to admit my knowledge of communism pretty much ends with the fat stuffed goose in North Korea and all that mess. That's what I know about, okay? But just a little bit, and I'm willing to admit that. However, there is an expert out there, and when I say an expert, I mean a real expert in communism. And he happens to be a fat, white, stuffed little kid that lives in America.
Hey guys, your old pal Cinnable here.
This kid knows about communism? Thank you, 21st century. I am so happy there are parents buying their children iPhones for Christmas before they're even able to tie their own shoes, because sometimes it can be hilarious.
Hey guys, your old pal Cinnable here. And I want to make a video about why, to this day, after the time in history when it was founded, we still need communism.
This kid's out here burping. He's got through eating his chicken nugget and french fries, and he's over here burping and trying to talk about communism. Imagine if you're the parent, you just throw open the shutters. Shutters? Who has shutters? What the hell? Curtains, and look outside and you see your son out there after dinner burping, talking about communism.
Now, for any of you who don't know, communism is the idea of a nation sharing the wealth. And while some people call it distributing, if I were to ever start a country with a communist government, wink, wink.
Oh shit! He said if he was ever able to start a communist country, wink, wink. Somebody get the president on the phone. We have Stalin Jr. over here. This little guy plans to be a communist and he's a vlogger as well. What a combo. I can see it now. In 10 years when he has his communist country, it'll be vlog number 2076, redistributing wealth.
If I were to ever start a country with a communist government, wink, wink, wait 12 years. I'd probably make it, have these these buildings, which you can put in money for other people to have. Kind of a share.
Couple flaws with your theory there, Master Communist Leader, sir. He said we're gonna have giant buildings where we throw money in it for other people. So, how's that gonna work again? Do you not know about inflation? You can't just print dollar bills, throw it to a giant warehouse, be like, all right, everybody come around and pass the money out. All right, money for you. And by the way, sharing and redistributing are two entirely different things. Let's say you have the Nintendo Switch and an Xbox. Now, sharing would be if your friend came over and like, yo, bro, can I play on your Xbox? You'd be like, yeah. But now redistributing would be like a guy walks in with a rifle and is like, take that, take the Xbox. Like, no, it's my Xbox. We're redistributing this. And then takes the Xbox away and gives it to someone that doesn't have a console at all. That's redistributing. So you probably want to learn your terminology before you start throwing around these elaborate explanations about warehouses and money.
Now, I know not all communist states are like this, but still, distributing is just as fine as sharing it. Well, I'm not explaining why we need communism. I'm just giving the difference between distributing. Because they technically are. Because, hey, a parent could make their child share a toy or something. Anyway, now on to why we actually need communism.
This kid's actually scared. He's like, is mom and dad out here? I don't want them to see me talking about this. I don't want them to know I'm a communist. He keeps looking back around at the driveway, Mom left. He's like, grab the camera outside. Let's talk about communism.
Actually need communism. It's cold out here. I have two reasons. One, poor people, we really can't have poor people. It's not good for a whole class of people to be poor. People need money. We can't just let people be homeless because they can't get jobs. Money is important, so that's another reason we need communism.
Kid? I lost a couple brain cells on that one. We can't have poor people. What are you gonna do? Dig a hole and just push them all in there and bury them? See what I mean? This is honestly just adorable. He has no clue what he's talking about. Okay, yeah, we can't have poor people, but how are we gonna fix that? Because in America, the most basic of needs are met even by impoverished people. Like when I was growing up, my family had no money, but we had shelter, we had clothing, a place to sleep, food, water. We had all that, right? It wasn't the best, but we had that. So how is communism going to make that better? What? They're going to get a mansion? So are we going to become communists to fix the couple of people that are homeless and are legit homeless because they can't get a job? Or are we going to get communism to just take away from the rich? See, this is where stuff gets weird, kid. You need to look into this a little bit deeper. I know your brother has 2 creeper hoodies and you want one of them too, but communism isn't going to fix it.
And secondly, some people might say, oh, we have welfare. Welfare just promotes lazy people. And I don't know, but I'm pretty sure welfare, especially down in the United States, costs a bit of moolah.
Moolah! It costs a bit of moolah! Technically, you shouldn't be that fat because, you are starting to take up a lot of resources. You're like those money-hungry businessmen that just, collect all that money and they have, millions of dollars they're just sitting on doing nothing, not being invested in projects. You're like that. You have a lot of potential fat in there that could be energy. I mean, all those Oreos and chicken nuggets and french fries and hamburgers you've been eating, that is potential energy wasted. We need to redistribute that shit to people that are starving. You are the very definition of a capitalistic country. You're fat. You can't be over here talking about we need communism when you're chubby like that.
So yeah, all those morons saying that communism is the same as welfare, you can go leave because you are just an absolute moron. Just look up the definition of that.
Woo! This kid went in on us. I mean, everybody needs to back up. We're morons. Morons. Look up the definition. Everybody step down. When he gets his own country, he's going to be coming at us with missiles. I mean, communism is a serious topic. You're a pudgy little kid in America. So why are you talking about this? You don't even have a job yet. You've never even worked. You don't even have bills to pay. You don't even know what it's like to deal with money other than your dollar allowance at the end of each week. Like, you need to go worry about Minecraft, maybe worry about Legos, figure out when the next game's coming out, maybe go down to the basketball courts and burn off that extra rubber you have around your midsection. That's more akin to what you need to be doing rather than worrying about communism. There are men and women out there with IQs higher than your entire family's salary trying to figure out how to run a country, all right? And they have problems. You're a little itty bitty kid that has never done anything. So I doubt you can fix a country, much less start one with communism. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry I got a little heated, but when people say it's the same as welfare, I get really angry. Anyway, yeah, that's why we still need communism. Bye.
Kids are growing up really fast these days. When I was his age, I was playing like Halo. Like, I didn't think about communism. I didn't even know what communism was. But hold up, it gets a little bit better.
Hey guys, so as you can see, I'm wearing red, and what color is what is associated with red?
Blood? Like, what the hell? Where are you going with this?
It's a certain political belief called communism. And I kind of identify as a communist in my political beliefs.
The dad rolls over like, what the hell?
I kind of identify as a communist in my political beliefs.
Is my son really talking about being a communist? This bitch doesn't even know what he's doing. I had to wipe his ass for him the other day because his legs fell asleep on the toilet. This kid doesn't know anything about communism.
I do not support the actions of people like Joseph Stalin, Mikhail Gorbachev, however you say his name. Those people I do not support. What I support is the idea of communism and the idea of a nation sharing the wealth. That's the thing that I support. And excuse me.
He has no idea what he's talking about. You've never had a job. I know I've gone over this. You've never had any of those things. So how could you possibly know how a country should be run? You're just regurgitating shit you've read on the internet. And besides, you look like you're pretty well off. In America with capitalism, you're fat as hell. So Why do you care if other places have communism or not? You're enjoying a pretty decent life, so what does it matter?
Before you leave your dislike and say, how could you be a communist? Communism is evil. How many times? Okay, I want you to remember I do not support the actions of people like Joseph Stalin. And now I'm going to talk about why I support that idea. Just imagine a nation where only the rich have the money, they hog it all, and they never give it to the poor. Would you want to live in that nation?
I mean, that's America. The richest people have the majority of the wealth, but I'm not complaining. By the way, the very platform you're on, YouTube, would probably not exist in a communist country. And here's why. YouTube runs off of advertisements, right? In a communist country, people produce based on what people need, and there's no excess. And there's no advertisements because there's no competition, because no one's competing for the product to be on the shelves, which means YouTube wouldn't even exist. Aha, got you with that one, didn't I, kiddo?
So, yeah, that's kind of another thing about communism that's really cool. Also, the symbols are just freaking cool.
The symbols are cool for communism. I didn't know communism had symbols. Is there a dedicated symbol that denotes communism? What is this kid talking about? Anyway, that was it, guys. I really don't care if there's communist countries. I don't care about politics or any of that. I'm not really concerned. But the thing is, it's just funny. Even if he's right, it's just funny that he's talking without any experience in life whatsoever. So he's talking from a pinhole perspective. Like he has little to no knowledge of the world. When there's this much to explore, he knows that much. And somehow he can talk so boldly. It's kind of funny. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me whether or not you would join his communist country. And peace out.
And I really can't take it no more. I've been fighting temptations, my Lord. I'm young and I'm restless. And I really can't help it. I never felt selfish before. I've been living so reckless, I know. Tell me, Lord, can you help me? I said, Lord, can you help me?
Anyway, I'm gonna go now because my camera is really low. Bye, guys.